Good morning, this beautiful Saturday morning. My name is Dr. Patrick Flynn, the Hormone Whisperer. Welcome to our final of our Secret Revealed series. This is our Wellness Way quick tips. Welcome everybody this morning. So today, our Secrets Revealed is on essential oils. Now, you're going to find this video kind of funny because I'm not here to sell you essential oils. I'm here to go through the secrets of essential oils. I'll make this very clear. There are brands that I like, which I'm going to keep secret to myself, okay? But the great thing is there's some wonderful brands out there and there's some crappy brands out there. But I want to go through some of the secrets that, being a practitioner and using them for a long time, I want to go through the things that I believe that are the most important with them, that are secrets that you should know about them in choosing what you do, and also, for example, how to use them, because there are some major misconceptions. So once again, we're going to get into my top 4 of essential oils. If you look, the oils come from the same plants as the herbs. Let me give you an example. People know I'm a huge herbal person that way. I love them like crazy. Essential oils are different. Well, you can actually take the same plant and the same root, and actually how you extract it is very important. Okay, so we're going to have some fun today on our last of our Secrets Revealed series. I've had a blast doing this with all you guys. And we have more series coming up, but this is our secrets that we're doing that way. And I thought it'd be great for actually to end on essential oils because they're so widely used. Man, when I started practice, almost 19 years ago, and all the things that we did herbally and testing wise, it was like, people thought we were voodoo, okay? Well, then all of a sudden, for example, oils were treated the same way. Now, because there's such a big explosion of them, they're actually more understood. But there's also a lot of fallacies out there too. So what's the number 1 secret we're going to start with today? Number 1, this is kind of funny. Essential oils, they're not really oils. Okay, let me say it again. They're not really oils. Actually, the oil of the plant actually isn't even really involved in the essential oil. And that's the kind of funny part. If you look, for example, they lack the fatty acid components to be considered an oil. All right. Now, that doesn't take away that essential oils are very highly concentrated phytonutrients. They're all the phytochemicals that come from the herb itself that way. They can be actually sometimes from 75 to 100 times more potent than the herb itself because of such high concentration and what it does. But the fatty acid component that makes it an oil really isn't even there, okay? So just understand. Now, you'll see a lot, though, that's in some of the brands, they'll actually take and add oils to them. That's one of the biggest things that people actually really have gotten for it, because some of the medians to actually transport some of the phytochemicals and phytonutrients that the oil has, they add an oil to it to actually make it bioavailable through parts of the body that way. But you got to remember, for example, itself really is not an oil, okay? But it doesn't take away from the aspect that it's a very highly concentrated, very potent phytonutrient and phytochemical that way. So, but just understand, I actually tried to research this in detail, where it came from, how they called it an essential oil. But I guess oil sounds better than essential phytochemical or essential phytonutrient that way. So I guess it was more of a branding aspect, because the thing that makes it an oil isn't really there. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some brands that use the extraction process with compression, and you can get some of the oil there, okay? So I think that's where the confusion comes on. So that's one of the major secrets, is it's really not really an oil, okay? Secret number 2, and this is going to explain a lot, the distillation process. This actually is what all of the companies really actually go crazy on. Your cheaper oils, for example, do a really, let's say, bad job of doing their distillation process that way. That's why you'll see a lot of the companies fight over why they're so good. And it is really true. It's how they actually extract the oil. But before you even get to the oil, because I hear a lot of, I would say it's kind of funny, okay? Just follow me on this. Of course, we know that multi-level companies have dominated the essential oil market, and you watch them fight like cats in a burlap sack, as I always say it that way. And they actually always talk about their extraction process. And I'll ask them. So guys, it's not a joke. Remember, I have no favoritism on companies. I like my brands that I like that way, which are multiple brands. I'll tell you right now, there's not just one brand I like, okay? But the idea is this, they'll say, well, our extraction process. I say, okay, how do you do it? And they kind of give you the deer in the headlight look. Okay, so when you really are talking about the medicinal things that essential oils can do, understand it. Do you see what I'm saying? understand the detail of it that way, so you're not just taking on blind sales luck, because that's what they teach most of those MLM companies. Sorry, I know I'm going to get some emails on it this way. And if you are in part of an MLM company, multi-level company way, guess what? Just go and find out the exact process. If they won't tell you, then guess what? Then they're hiding some things that way. So just understand, the distillation process is very important. It's mostly common done. By far, the most common one is done by steam. But there's also water extraction. There's also, for example, they also have a compression. But they also use some chemical solvents, okay? And actually, it's kind of interesting because you go down the line, steam is actually kind of the standard, and it's actually a really good standard. Water and compression, and then some chemical solvents. The ones that use chemical solvents, be careful on those. See, you also see some of the companies talk about they're beyond organic. Well, it's kind of a sales point again there too, okay? Because once again, the whole process of organically is sourcing your herb to which you get the essential oil from. Now, obviously, for example, if you have, plants, because it's not a joke, because I actually source herbs. I do it for a living, okay? I'm very big on the fact that you can buy herbs from all over the world. Some of them actually have arsenic and cadmium, different leads in there. And it's really sad because what it does, it makes them toxic. So all of a sudden, if they use them, it's pretty bad. Excuse me. But that's the big thing about sourcing. So you want to move more towards your organic sourcing, and then your extraction process is what separates the big thing. So just understand that, okay? Because once you notice, for example, that they use all of the parts of the herb. See, if you really think of it this way, take basically a glass bowl, okay? Let's say a glass jar. And then you put all the parts from the root to the stem to everything within that glass, and then guess what happens? That's where it starts to put in the process of boiling it, and the steam is what's extracted and turned back into a liquid form that way. They use the whole plant. Now, once again, some companies do what? Some companies will only take the leaves. Why? It's much cheaper. Now, we know this, that certain roots actually have a higher concentration of the phytochemicals. So that's where you can really get into understanding the difference of the herbs and what they use. So when you choose an essential oil, get into the great detail of the distillation process, because that will tell you the quality. So where they get their source from, how they process it. Do they use the roots, leaves, stems, flowers, bark? Okay? Because sometimes what will happen is it's much cheaper to take a leaf than it is a root. You can get a lot more leaves than you can roots. Yet in some of the herbs that they get the essential oils from, it's a higher concentration in the roots. But as you know, the reason why essential oils are so highly concentrated, you have to take pounds and pounds of the herb to get some of the liquid out of it that way. So that's where you really got to look at the distillation process and what it does. So if you guys are in a company that does essential oils, or you're looking at the quality and what you want to use for you and your family, this is where I studied. I looked in detail into it that way, going, okay, how are you doing it? Now, no joke, I looked at all the companies. We're not going to talk about them here live, because that's all I need is all you ladies. It's really funny, Brandon, because Brandon's here right now. Good morning, Brandon. Man, you guys somebody tells you from up on stage something, you take it like it's gospel, okay? I will tell you right now, everything that you see in my Secrets Revealed series, everything you ever see me say, don't believe me. I'm just trying to stimulate some thought. What's that, Brandon? You can Google it. Yeah, like Brandon's like, I actually love that you can Google search things. I really do. But here's what happens. Here's the great thing. If you're involved with a company, get right to the people that are selling you stuff. Honestly, ask them, okay? Make them show you. Okay, if you're going to put this on your body, in your body, or breathe it in, you should know every detail about it. Don't just look at a person sitting on a stage that sold $1 million worth of stuff and actually expect them to tell you the truth, because most of the time they're salespeople that way, okay? So I'm telling you, as a doctor, as a practitioner that wants to tell you that oils are essential. That's one thing, I will tell you this. The essential oils, I believe you need in your daily process. You really do. And on the fourth secret, I'm going to tell you my favorite oil and why I like it so much. So just understand, I am a huge component of oils. I actually think that you need them. Quote me on this. People need essential oils daily to be healthy. Let me say that again so all of you people can understand it. You need essential oils to be healthy, bar none, okay? Because we need those phytochemicals. Just like, for example, people I say, you got to eat your fruits and vegetables. Well, guess what? You can replace some of them with oils. Okay, you can. Essential oils are key that way. Just like you can replace some of those with herbs. They're more highly concentrated that way. So when I'm tearing this apart, I'm really tearing apart the business structure and stuff that they built around oils and how people go back and forth fighting over it instead of really getting down to, listen, guys, it's about your health. Be in great detail to understand it that way, okay? Secret number 3. This drives people nuts, okay? Depending on what process you use, secret number 3 is there's very little to no B vitamins in any essential oils, okay? Now hold the phone. You're going to just, I know some of you guys are going to freak out saying, this person said that's loaded with vitamins and minerals. Actually, it's not really true, okay? Think about this. When you use the distillation process to steam, guess what happens? Most of your nutrients, especially vitamin B, okay, they break down very quickly under heat and degrade, and it's not there. It's not evident anymore. That's why a lot of supplementation companies, it has to be extracted, for example, without heat. Otherwise, you lose all the vitamin B that way. It's also very common in vitamin C. If vitamin C can handle room temperature, you get it above there that way, it starts to actually degrade and actually doesn't be evident in there. So I it's kind of funny. I've heard people say, once again, salespeople say, there's loaded with vitamins. And I actually asked them, I said, well, how much vitamin B is in there? They're like, well, we don't know, but there's a lot. Well, actually, that's not true. There's very little to no vitamin B because, once again, you steam something, you're going to destroy mostly all the vitamin B and vitamin C. That's why I kind of giggle when you look at some of your citrus drops and people say, citrus, high vitamin C. Well, it's not really true, okay? Once again, there's your secret. When people tell you things, you have to understand even the mechanism of how a thing's distillation process happens. You destroy most of it that way. So that's why if you look, some of the biggest criticisms with essential oils is there's not many vitamins and minerals in there. Okay? Well, that's because, once again, they're trying to compare it to a food or an herb. You have to understand the major benefits of essential oils. See, what happens is this. Herbs itself, liquid herbs, even the ones I do, don't cover everything. Neither do essential oils. Neither do a lot of things that way. That's like saying that all you have to do is eat spinach all day long and you're going to get everything. Well, it's not true. You need multiple factors in your life. You need herbs, liquid herbs. You need essential oils. You need basic superfoods. You need nutrients and minerals that way. You need multiple things that way. So when I say, listen, that, for example, that the vitamin B levels are destroyed, it's not a tear on there. Get your B vitamins from something else. There's other superfoods you can get. Actually, if you're not a vegan, your best source of vitamin Bs are actually good organic meats, especially organ meats that way. Chicken livers, cow livers, chicken gizzards and hearts and stuff like that. Now, although a lot of people say, actually that should be another topic, just even organ meats itself. Once again, that's why I said organic organ meats that way, because you don't have toxic things in there. So very little nutrients, for example, especially vitamin B within those processes. And secret number 4, and the last secret we're doing for our Secret Reveal series, is what are the major health benefits? Honestly, I can honestly tell you, if I were to pick the major health benefit that comes from essential oils, it's the connection based on inhalation, okay? When you breathe something in, for example, there is a massive stimulatory or calming effect that our neurological system responds to within seconds. That's why you'll notice there's oils that, for example, that you can breathe in through actually a diffuser that way, and you can wake up. There's things that you can do to actually bring it down. And one thing that smells, see, we've lost the concept of our senses and how it actually does for our health. Let me give you an example. What is the first part of digestion? It's not chewing your food. A lot of people say chew your food. No, it's not. It's even the thought or the smell of the food that gets the whole digestive system going. So it's not chewing your food. Yes, chewing your food stimulates other things within the body, but it's really even the thought or the smell. Guys, close your eyes and just picture some apple cider brewing on a stove. I mean, you can even create memories with that. I mean, just think about peppermint itself, what it does during the Christmas season. See, some of you guys even smiled right now because you can kind of associate peppermint with those poisonous peppermint candy canes that way. But, Brandon's laughing. But you were saying, so really, if you think of it this way, essential oils can actually bring back amazing memories. It's not a joke. And it can be very calming for you that way, okay? Because most of those smells actually, for example, are associated with intense good feelings. They really are. So it creates an emotional thing. And you guys know, I've taught you this extensively. The number one thing, especially for women, that makes women sick is mental stress. The essential oils can actually reduce mental stress massively. Honestly, I'm going to tell you this, probably essential oils are probably one of the best things to actually calm women down mentally, okay? That's why I like them so much. Heck, I got 5 women in my house every day with my wife and 4 daughters. We have beautiful diffusers. Yeah, I'm walking around freaking spraying everything every single day. And, good one, Brandon. No, but that's the thing. See, they have great, massive health benefit. So as I'm talking some of the secrets that, for example, that some of you guys may be frustrated, understand they're essential for actually having a healthy lifestyle that way. I love mine. I will continue to use them. I'll continue to make sure patients are using them on a regular basis to be healthy. They're essential for that aspect that way. My favorite oil bar none, okay, is frankincense. Why? As you see right here, it comes from the boswellia plant, okay? Now, why did I choose frankincense out of all the oils, out of all things that exist that way? Well, kind of go back to the Wellness Way premises. We know that, for example, that any chronic disease has some relationship to inflammation that way. Frankincense, aka from boswellia, actually is by far the most potent anti-inflammatory essential oil there is. So anything in my world that actually reduces inflammation is going to be a massive health benefit. I make sure that frankincense is used in diffusing every single day in my office here, okay, back here in the studio, up in the office. I actually have diffusers when you walk into the office that way, letting this out. Why? Because anything that we can do to actually cause the body to move towards an anti-inflammatory effect, you're going to live a longer and healthier life. It's essential that way. See, so frankincense is my, by far, favorite oil, top notch, and I love it because it comes from the boswellia plant. Yes, we do give a boswellia herb to people, but the oil and the herb, even though they come from the same thing, because of how they're introduced to the body, they have different properties. The greatest thing about them is you can actually use the oil and use the herb together, diffuse the oil, take the liquid herb, or even pill form that way, orally, and have massive anti-inflammatory effects. My favorite oil, I'm going to consistently use it. It's absolutely amazing. So as we kind of review this way, just understand, essential oils, they aren't really have the fatty acid points be considered oils. Understand the distillation process is so key to understand. So if you really want to understand essential oils, don't listen to anybody. Find out how they're processing it. Find out where they're sourcing it. That's where you're going to find out your best oils. Number 3, once again, because of the distillation process, even a really good one, you do lose a significant amount of B and C vitamins and minerals that way. But then guess what? Number 4, the greatest thing is you need these things in your health arsenal to be a very healthy person that way because they create major aspects. I'm the biggest fan of actually using, them, for example, diffusing them so you can breathe them in. There are topical uses. Just make sure you know somebody really well that knows essential oils well for topical purposes because you want to be able to put them into different forms. That's why most of them are in some kind of lotion or cream or soap or drink or things like that actually aren't directly put on the skin itself that way. Even though some can, that's just more of an extensive process. Find somebody that really knows essential oils extremely well so there's no negative side effects because there can be if you don't know what you're doing. So, as some of you guys, when you thought I was going to teach about essential oils, a lot of people actually thought, well, maybe I'm going to sell them. No, trust me. Like I said, the Wellness Way is an informational place for you to think differently. I want you to get these concepts so when you go to take charge of your own health and do the things you need to do to be healthy, guess what? You can actually pick and have the right mindset going into this so no one can sell you on something that way that's bad. I want you to choose the best things for your health. Once again, my name is Dr. Patrick Flynn. I thank you so much for watching our Secrets Revealed series. This is the end of it. But don't worry, you'll constantly see me put out more videos on a regular basis. Please do me a favor. Like and share, because I can see a ton of you guys on and everything you're doing and all the messages come out. Please do me a favor. Like and share this because it's important that if you want somebody, so if you are in the essential oil business and you do have a good quality product, you want them to watch this video. Why? Because it's going to prove what you are doing or you are selling is right, okay? If you're selling crap, don't share this video because you don't want people then to look at what's important in essential oils for them to maintain health. But you really do, if you really are into essential oils, understand this video should be very important for you, or it should be important for anybody that actually wants to put them in their health arsenal that way. The Flynn family, all of my staff, all the Wellness Ways across the country, we love essential oils. We know them quite well. We use them clinically all the time that way, and we're going to continue to use them. So, my name is Dr. Patrick Flynn from the Wellness Way Clinics. My nickname is the Hormone Whisperer because, once again, we're going to continue to put these wonderful videos out for you. Like and share. You guys all have a beautiful Saturday morning. Thank you for all you guys that are constantly watching, and we will see you next week.